Okay, guys, back for more. Back for more, okay? We're still doing Defender here, and I just played the Atari version, and it's excellent. It's not as good as the arcade, but it's very good. So, I was looking at what the ship looks like, and I guess that's the next step here, is to make a ship. So, without further ado, we are going to get rid of line 3 because it's not needed. That's for automation. This is going to be joystick controlled. And we do need to have a line 3, but it's going to be modified. And I need to insert a return statement. And I'm going to do that now. So 14 will be return a UL in 18. That's because there's no 3, so we get rid of that. Let's renumber this by ones. List it. So as I said, we need a line 3, and line 3 is going to look like, let's see, it's going to look like this. It's going to set up our graphics screen. It's going to go sub to 3, which is going to be a main theme to this because it's our screen graphic, our background graphic. So we're going to go sub to 3, and then it will return to this point, and we want it to, this is just for the beginning of the game, so I think go to, but go to what? We're going to get rid of all of this. It's not needed. So 14 is going to be our joystick setup. So if we edit 3, we're going to, and we can see it here clearly, going to 14. So I'm going to run this. It'll do nothing apparently. Oh, what's going on now, guys? It's never ending here. We're go subbing to 3, we're returning, then we're going to 14. Why it's not showing the graphic, I have no idea. And break in 3, list 3. I went to the wrong line here. When I renumbered it, something got messed up. So I should be go subbing to 4. Let's fix this now so this doesn't happen again. And you know, I can't stress enough that they could have made the edit feature a lot easier by using scrolling like they did on the Commodore 64, but apparently they didn't do it, and it makes programming a nightmare. But anyways, we're not going to focus on that. And 4 is going to be our graphic, APHIC graphic list. Maybe we'll be able to fit 1 through 10 in there. So we have basic Defender, we have our screen set up, we're go subbing to, I'll have to fix that to 4 to our graphic, then we're returning to 3. It will return to this point since I've extended the line with a colon. And it will go to 15, and we'll start our joystick routine. So we're going to edit 3 to go sub to 4. Now when I run it, it does the graphic, and then it drops out of the bottom because there's nothing there. So the first thing I want to do is set up the joystick and then create the ship. And I don't know about you guys, but we've been in a heat wave for about 3 weeks. and it's just been so hot. So the weather is supposed to start cooling down tomorrow, and I can't wait because it's been in the 90s for like 3 weeks. And but anyways, so let's do this. We're just going to do the up and down right now. So we're going to say J equals joystick 0, which is left and right support. It always has to be in there. You can get away, I think, with you have to have both of these in there, is what I'm trying to say. You you don't have to use them both, but they both have to be in there to support the port 1 joystick. It needs to be able to identify left and right and up and down, which is distinguished by 0 and 1. 0 is left and right support, and 1 is up and down support. So we're only going to use left and right. We're only going to use up and down support right now. So I'm going to say if k equals 0, which would be going up, then now I can't use x and y because those are already being used by our graphic. So I'm going to say then xx double x equals double x minus 2 or minus 5. The screen moves by 5s, so we'll make our character move by 5s. So when it goes up, it's going to minus 5, and when it goes down, if k equals 63 is the down value, and if anybody's wondering, 31 is the resting value when the joystick is in the center position, then xx equals xx plus 5. So that's it. That's all that's needed there. But it's going to be a little more complicated than that. And I haven't done this for a while. So let me take a breath here and remember how this is done. It's not that easy. So this always causes a problem for me. And what I have to do is look at something that I know works. So let me pull up a document, and hopefully it doesn't shut my recording off. I'm still with you, so we're fine right now. Now I want to look at my desktop for something that I know works here, because this does get very complicated. So bear with me a moment. Let's see if I can pull this up. I believe as long as I don't shut my main window, you guys will stay with me. You can't see what I'm looking at, but that's okay. So we first need to erase the current graphic, and that can be done in a number of ways, but I'm looking at the best way here. And so in my game Tales of Suburbia, I'm using a good version of this because it changes from time to time how I do this. So it looks like I'm going to cover it up, and then I'll place, like I did in the Ghost Man video. That worked really good, but that was months ago, and I used this same concept. So I'm going to use that concept. So basically, we're going to leave it like this for right now. Go to 16 so I can see where I am. We're going to end up in a joystick loop, and it's not going to do anything. So we have to decide what's going to happen next. Now we printed our screen graphics, so obviously we're going to need to print our spaceship. So we're going to put ship, and we're going to start making that ship. But first I need to find the center of the screen, and I'm going to do that with a calculator, and it was 256 across. So I just divide that by 2, and 128 is the center of the screen for the X value. So let's start with a draw statement. I'm going to try to do this with draw, and our 128 is there. Now I had someone comment on how to make variables change within draw, and I didn't note it. So I don't know how he did it. Now it's simple, but I can't remember it. And it's, it figures I'm in the middle of a video and I don't remember what the gentleman wrote. So I'll have to find some way around that until I can fix it. And we're just going to do this right now. So we're going to divide 192 by 2, and our Y centered is 96. And we need to get a color here. Now 0 or 1 is going to be white. I'm not sure which. But we're going to go right 10 and see where that takes us. And 23 will go to 23. And what I'm going to do to bypass the joystick loop is to cross this line off for right now. And we're getting nothing. So let's run this again, and I break it. It breaks in 23 where it's supposed to. So that means color 0 is black, and color 1 must be white. So now we have the beginnings of our ship right here, and I have to eventually center this a little better. But for right now, this is going to work fine, and I put 10 pixels, and literally it's 10 pixels, because this is high-res mode. I usually use low-res mode, and these pixels are 1/4 the size of those pixels. So if I list 1 to 10, and I look at our screen setup, screen 1 denotes graphics, and comma 1 is white and black. Color set 0 would be monochrome and a sort of a reddish color, which I never use because it looks too much like the text screen. And so 4 is the highest res we can get, and so that takes care of that. Now we just need to finish drawing this ship. So I edit 22. And now from memory, I just gonna copy the Atari version ship from memory, and let's make this a little bigger. I'm using 5 as a base number for this because now I have to use odd numbers because the pixels go by odd numbers, not even numbers like they do in low res mode. So let's see if I can use the H, which is a 45-degree angle to the left, and we'll tag maybe 6 on there. We'll see what that looks like. Okay, it's a little too far up. What I do is I come across, then I do another one of these, then I go to the right, I make a tail. So do we want a bigger sprite or do we want a smaller sprite? I think bigger sprites are better. So let's not get too technical. but I want to have fun, you know what I mean? So let's change this to a 5. That shortens it just enough. Maybe it's still too much. Let's try the next number down and run this. Let's keep going. I can always fix it. Now we want to go left. We've used, let's try left 8. Run that. That doesn't look too bad. Now we have to come up here for the cockpit. And it's an elongated ship. So we're going to do another H4. See what that looks like. And again, that's a 45-degree angle to the left. And now we have to pull a wing out here, or the rest of the cockpit actually, because the guy needs a place to sit. And we'll go left. Not 8. 8 would be too much. We'll do half of that and see what it looks like. That's not too bad. Now we want to come down and form the tail. Now I'm going to have to make this, modify it a little if it doesn't look right. I think this might have to come up a little bit, but we'll do that after. Like, I think the H value on here should be 5. Let's see what that does. It's a little bit more robust because remember there's an engine in here or whatever they use for spaceships, and so we have an H5 here and an H4. I might even bring that up more to an H6. Run that. Is this looking better or worse? I think that's better. Now there was a window somewhere, but I don't know where the heck it was. Let's finish this here. I can always modify it. So we want to go down 5 and put a couple of tail fins in, or at least one tail fin. I think it had 2, but we're going to do one tail fin. And I'm just going to finish it off, I guess. So let's edit 22. Now we went down 5, so we want to go left. We don't want too big of a tail fin. Left 4, down 3, right 4. Let's see what that looks like. It's not too bad. Now what I'm going to do, and what you do is when you're doing these types of things, you have a protractor, and it's clear, and you hold it up to the screen and you make sure that your drawing is straight and has you know, that it's straight. And so I'm just going to finish off the bottom and close it. So we're going to edit 22. And I just need to go down, I don't know how many spaces, I'm going to say 3. That's too much. Edit 22. So down 2. And close that. If I use my protractor again, I can tell that that's even. And we're going to close it. And so let's edit 22. and go right, I don't know how many spaces, we'll start with 5, and you can see that there's a little bit left. We're going to change that to a 6, and that completes our ship. And it was that easy, guys. This only took me 5 minutes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use for a ship. And I can make more details later, but what we want to do right now is hook this thing up to the joystick so that I get up and down. And if you ask me, that's centered enough. It's good enough for right now. I could move it to the left a little more, but I'm not going to bother with that. And now the big part is I need to get this draw statement to where I can manipulate the BM statement. And as I said, I don't know how. I'm going to have to check back to my comments, and I can't do that now because I'll ruin the video, I believe. I might be able to check them. Listen, I'll check it. If the video shuts off, I'll just make an extension to the video. I don't really want it to get cut off, but I think if I keep this main video, you guys will stay with me, and I'm able to check my YouTube. So I'm going to do that right now because I want to use that method because the other method is too long. I could use it, but this was a better. I haven't tried it. He says it works. So let's see. Now, come on. I don't know why this takes so long to load. It's ridiculous. So I am checking my YouTube right now for the guy's comment, and he says to try. Well, let me read the whole thing here. It's he says to use BM equals A, comma A. So apparently you just have to put BM equals, and then you can put two variables separated by a comma. So let's do that now. Edit 22, BM equals two variables separated by a comma. But we need to keep the 128 in there. So I'm going to insert plus XX, comma, 96, insert plus YY. And you know what, guys? I'm not doing myself any favors today because I just noticed a mistake here. This should be YY. I'm used to using X first all the time. And we're not using X. Sorry, we're using Y. We're only having this thing go up and down, and I usually start with X. I always start with X. I never start with Y. So I'm glad I noticed that. So let's run this and see if it doesn't give us an error. And it does give us an error. So let's try editing 22. And let's get rid of the numbers. And maybe it'll take this. Now that's what he said to do. And it's not working. It's not working, guys. I don't know why. So I'm going to look at the comment one more time. He says to use BM equals, except it doesn't work. So I'm going to have to go back to what I was doing before. I'm going to run this one more time. That's too bad. I really wanted that to work. maybe print XX. It should work, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to edit 22, and we'll just fix this, and maybe the person that left the comment could elaborate a little more. So I need to get these numbers back that I had before, and it was 128 by 192 divided by 2 is 96. We'll run this, and then we have our... What's going on here? Edit 22. Gotta get rid of this equal sign. And we have our ship back. So if I divide 256 by 2, I get 128. If I divide 192 by 2, I get 96. So what I need to do here is use the $$ method. And no, I did this in a previous recent video. I think it was based on this. It was let's see what it was called. It was something to do with sprites. Here, let's see. I don't know what I called it. Snake. The snake the hidden sprite function. So I'm going to pull up that menu, and we need to define, we're going to use $$ again for ship, but I don't know where to place it, you guys. So I'm going to try placing it right in this area here. This is a lot of new ground for me, so I'm not that familiar with this territory, but we're going to make it work. So I'm going to put $$ for ship, and it's going to equal BM. And then we need STR $. Okay. And I'm looking at this right now. We need the BM is the string part, because it's a string variable, and then we add STR $, and we're going to add our 128 plus XX, which isn't there yet, and then we're going to add our string comma, then we're going to add our STR $, and our 96 plus our Y value, and then we're going to add our final string, and that should do it. And what I do here is I edit 23, and I draw $$ plus and I go into the quotations and get rid of this because you can't manipulate it inside of the quotation marks. I haven't found a way. So if I run this, I should get my graphic back. And if I print $, you can see that it equals what we had before. Okay. And if I print line, if I list 22, I can see the actual line. And since XX and YY hold no value, these numbers are the same, since they both equal 0 right now. So we're good here. And now what I need to do is hook this up to the joystick. But first I need to find a way to get rid of the original drawing. Now, this is going to be our original drawing. And what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to present this information in the drawing under here. And we're going to have to make this a go sub. This is very complicated, guys. It took me a while to develop this technique. A couple of years, because I used to use other techniques that were more cumbersome and they always caused problems. But this is what I use now. So we're going to start doing that. So it's going to look at this and apply it in white. So we're going to say, but we're going to change this to black, so this actually covers up the original. And once it covers up the original, we're going to say if k equals 0, then yy equals yy minus 5. And if it doesn't, it's going to look at this statement, and if k equals 63, it's going to say then yy equals yy plus 5. And it's going to be either one of these statements, but not both. And then once that's done, it will go back to the joystick. So we're going to say go to, crying out loud, we're going to, this might have to be a return statement as a matter of fact. So let's list this and see where I am here. And let me look at my notes and look at the control statement. So we're going to edit 18. And I don't know if I need a then go sub or just a go sub. Apparently it's just a go sub. Go sub, and we're going to go sub to 21. And we're going to get rid of the rest of this crap because we don't need it. And then that's it for right now. Edit 19, same thing. Go sub 21, colon, get rid of the rest of the line. I think I can leave that there and it won't make a difference for right now. So we're going to have a joystick loop. It's going to, yep, the joystick is touched. It's going to go to 21. It's going to erase the ship, the current ship. Then it's going to apply the proper value depending on the joystick position, and it's going to go back to the joystick here. And this is where we apply our new sprite. So what I'm going to have to do here is ship on. If we edit 21, it's ship off. It's either on or off. The pixels are either on or they're off. We're going to change line 22 and we're going to make, line 23. and we're going to make this color black. So when I run this, I don't get a ship. Okay, and just ignore that error right now. Just see that the ship is not there anymore because it's being done in black. And I'm getting that error because there's a return without go sub. But that makes no difference right now. So line 28 is going to be $$ for ship to, subscripted. You can subscript variables and string variables up to, I don't know, great numbers. And so you can have A equaling 50 different things. And then you can have B equaling 50 different things. And you can go up to 2 digits or 2 numbers. 2 letters, I'm sorry, is here. But you can't go past 2 letters. You can in certain instances, but they won't register. It will only register the beginning 2 letters. But that's another video, okay? So we're going to say this equals BM plus, if I can find my keys here, STR $. And it's going to be the same information. The only thing that will change are the values that are being substituted here. I don't want to make a mistake. Plus the comma plus STR $ 96 YY plus our last, whatever it's called. Okay, so we have, if we list 22 and we list 28, they should be identical except for the subscription. BM plus STR $ with the comma. We'll find out sooner or later if they match. But we have our string plus our variable plus our string plus our variable plus our string. Now we just need to draw $2 plus this same information but with a C1 so it appears as a white ship, which was R15 H6 L8 H4 L4 D5 L4 D3 R4 D2 R6. Now let's run this, and we can't get past 26. So we're going to edit 26. We're going to put a stop in there. And we're going to put 100, go to 100 so I can see if this is actually working. And our ship reappears. So we are in a good position right now. And I don't want this video to run much longer. It's already been almost 40 minutes. So I need to put the pieces together here quickly. So we have ship on, we have this, we're good. Here we do not need to manipulate values. 100 is going to go away, 30 is going to become a return statement. We're going to list this. List 1 to 10 since I can't see the whole thing and I can't scroll up. So we need to go sub to, we're going to list 18 and 19 together, and we're going to go sub to 27, list 18 to 19, edit 18, we'll go subbing to ship on, which is line 27, go sub 27, 19, go sub 27. Now we're going to list this and we're going to look for stops that we have to take out. Line 3 is going to have to be edited as well to go sub to our original graphic. Sub, I forgot the line number. We're going to have to edit 3 and go sub to 27. And let's list 1 to 10. So it's going to set up a screen, it's going to go sub to our graphic, come back, go sub to our, it's going to go sub to our background graphic, return, go sub to our sprite graphic or our ship, return, and then it's going to go to 15, which is our joystick control, and also known as a logic gate. It's a small logic gate, and once it performs that, it'll go back to a loop and wait. So we're going to list 10 to 20 again. Okay, so we'll wait. It's only going to look for up and down movements, and the rest of this is just graphics. I think I put in some more stops. I put in a stop on 26, so I got to get rid of that. I'm going to look one more time for any more stops. List the rest of it, and let's run this. Now if I move up, look at this. We have a beautiful ship here, and we can control it with our joystick. And I'm going to end this video here, and tomorrow I will be back with more. And what we will be doing tomorrow is changing the what is it called? Changing the tomorrow we're going to change the can't even think of the word. The ship is facing right now, okay? So tomorrow we're going to work on our left-right control, and by pressing left it will change the, and I can't think of the word. What is it? It'll turn the ship the other way, so that the front is here and the back is going this way. Because there's a word and I just can't think of it. I'm sure I'll think of it later. But so tomorrow we'll be able to flip the ship around, and it will be going the other direction. And we'll do that tomorrow, and hopefully we will get some movement of the background in tomorrow, so that when the ship is, when I press the joystick to the right, the mountains will start coming toward us, and then if I go the other way and press left, they'll start going away in the other direction. And we also need a bullet coming out of here, which I found out is a laser beam. So we're going to put the laser beam in tomorrow, and we'll make it go in the other direction. And if I have enough time, we'll start working on this. Otherwise, that'll be the day after, and I'll just keep going until this is done. So I really hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I think this is great progress, and everything worked beautifully. So if I read number by ones and list this, we have a total of 30 lines of basic, and we're getting almost a full game out of this, guys. I want to hear your comments. Okay, I really do. I want to know what you think. I think it's great, but I don't want to toot my own horn. But I know this is very good progress, and I hope you keep watching. And I'm totally satisfied with what I've done in 2 days. So this is great progress here on a personal level for me. So we're going to be working on it some more tomorrow. Try to remember these tips that I'm giving you the best you can and incorporate them into your own programs. And I I think that's it for now. And if you guys do want a copy of the code, I can leave that in the description, but only if it's requested. I've done that in previous videos. I've left copy of the code in the description. I don't know if anybody's utilizing it. So if they're not utilizing it, if you're not utilizing it, I'm not going to leave it there for no reason. But if you do want to use this code, I will share this with you as a source. So you're welcome to it, but I need to get some requests first to see if anybody's actually watching these videos, or if they're just watching them for 10 seconds and then leaving. I don't know if you guys are watching these full videos or not. Um, I hope you are. If you don't have time for the whole video, I understand that. If you still want the source and you're not watching the entire video, I can do that for you as well. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but I know not everybody has 45 minutes to watch a video. So thank you and have a nice day. I will see you back tomorrow. Bye.